The trucks are loaded and the shipments are on their way. Johnson & Johnson rolling out the first round of its COVID vaccine just days after the FDA granted emergency use approval. J&J pledges to deliver 20 million vaccines by the end of the month and 100 million by June.
It's a significant step in slowing down the still growing virus, with now 3 vaccines available in the U.S. Now, the newest vaccine from J&J takes only 1 shot, just 1 dose. And some say that could be key to speeding up vaccinations and getting control finally of the pandemic. Others, though, say it could be a possible hurdle. NewsNation's Felicia Bolton picks up our coverage live tonight in the newsroom. Felicia.
Well, the Johnson & Johnson single-shot vaccine has not hit shelves yet. Already, some healthcare professionals are worried that having a third vaccine option on the market could lead to vaccine shopping. And with a limited supply available, this could hurt immunization efforts here in the U.S.
It's just, in my opinion, a privilege to even get it.
It's been about 3 weeks since Gladys Pargas received her second COVID-19 vaccination shot.
I did feel the symptoms. I don't know if it's because I had COVID back in December. It was like round 2 for COVID again. Like, I started having the headache. I started shivering.
The 30-year-old Air Force veteran now works at a Texas VA, helping elderly patients in the hospital. She voluntarily signed up to get the immunization to prevent catching the coronavirus again. But like millions of other patients, she did not have a choice in which vaccine she could receive.
You show up like during your time slot, you check in, you showed your employee ID, and then I wasn't told which one I was getting. It wasn't until they actually had the needle in front of me and they're like, all right, well, today you're getting the Pfizer vaccine.
Up until this weekend, only 2 types of shots received FDA emergency use authorization, Moderna and Pfizer. Both have a 95% efficacy rate and both require a 2-step process. Now Johnson & Johnson's version is hitting the market. It's a 1-shot process, and the efficacy rate is set at 72%. Healthcare experts say the Johnson & Johnson's version does provide another tool to fight COVID, but it can also make some people try to pick and choose which vaccination to get.
At the same time, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which was authorized over the weekend, is a single-dose regime. So I do think for everyone who would prefer the other one, there's also people who will prefer Johnson because it's one and done.
Dr. Andrew Neumer is an epidemiologist and professor at the University of California, Irvine. He says even though the Johnson & Johnson version has a lower efficacy rate against mild forms of the virus, it is about 85% effective against severe forms of the disease.
I know there's been a lot of concern in the public health community about people shopping around for, getting the one they want, and that this will cause, friction and wasted doses because people will skip an appointment if it's not for the one they want.
Instead of skipping out on an appointment, Norma recommends taking what you get.
My best advice is to take the first offer.
Dr. Neumer also says the vaccine is helpful at preventing more variants of COVID-19 from emerging. He says getting one of the 3 types of vaccinations is better than not receiving one at all. And at this time, elderly and certain frontline workers are eligible to get vaccinated. So just because the Johnson & Johnson version is out there, it does not mean the general public will get their chance to be vaccinated any sooner. Barney.